Geoffrey Cox, of course, was in Theresa May's cabinet, was in a very senior position, Attorney General, senior legal position. And we now learn that he's earning nearly £1 million a year doing other jobs, including, fascinatingly, working for the British Virgin Islands.
Against the British government.
Against the British government.
Which is quite incredible. I mean, there are many, many levels and kind of bits to this story. This is the picture, by the way, that's controversial. So what he's doing with the British Virgin Islands isn't necessarily controversial. What was controversial is that picture of the bottom screen, the bottom bit of that screen, is that was taken, we think, inside the House of Commons.
Yes.
So, going to the British Virgin Islands, even in April, May, when most of us were told we're not allowed to travel abroad and all that sort of stuff, is not against the rules. In fact, Geoffrey Cox was very clear today, saying that he cleared it with the Chief Whip. The problem is, for him, and this is what Labour have picked up on, it was the front page of the Times today, is that picture was inside the Commons. He was clearly working as a lawyer, which he's allowed to do for the British Virgin Islands. But what you're not allowed to do is to use public space or Parliament or your own office in Parliament for your own private benefit. Yeah. And that is where now the Standards Commissioner is going to start looking into this. Geoffrey Cox today denies he's broken any rules, though he did say he would abide by the judgment, of course, of the Standards Commissioner. But this is one of the things that Owen Paterson was found out about. One of the ways that he essentially was sanctioned by Parliament on this. And what it does, though, and this has now been on the front page for 3 days, just the Geoffrey Cox stuff. Yeah. It just means this story runs and runs and runs, and there'll be lots of Conservative MPs thinking, am I next?
And as a Member of Parliament for Torridge and West Devon, how active as an MP is
Well, this is the thing. So his defence today is that he does 70 hours a week, so that, he's still properly dividing his time when it comes to working for his constituents. However, I think he's voted only twice in person in the Commons over the last kind of 18 months or so. Many in his constituency say they never really see him. In fact, when journalists were sent down yesterday to try and find him, to ask him some questions about this story, they were told he was abroad. So it's pretty clear, I think he's not there all the time.
Is it once in 18 months he's spoken?
Yeah, indeed. I think...
So actually, truth is, being an MP is the part-time job for him. Is that fair?
Well, I'm sure he would deny that, but looking at this, I think the big thing is, what would people out there say? And they would say, if you're elected as a Member of Parliament and you earn over 80 grand a year, how have you got time for anything else, let alone dividing a substantial amount of your time to a second job that pays 10 times as much. 10 times.
And that's where the public are on this. I get it. I have made the argument here that there are people who run businesses when they get elected, and we've got to think about them. But I understand the public are very intolerant of this, deeply intolerant of this.